flooded Bihar, but then no price is too high to pay for survival. I'm Parul. The fallout of India's worst floods in 60 years is our top story on the news at noon. 16 lakh people remain marooned. State government asks more army help. Underwater, of which Supal, Saharsa, Madhepura and Araria are the worst hit. More than 2.5 lakh cusecs of water has been discharged by the Kosi river. About 4.63 lakh families have been affected. A total of some 24 lakh people are cut off from the rest of the country. 172 relief camps have been set up to accommodate those who've been displaced by the floods. About 800 villages have been completely washed away. About 355 National Disaster Response Force Jawans have been deployed for relief. The Army, Navy and Air Force also pitching in. A total of 1.5 lakh people still living in relief camps. Of course, no numbers really can capture the magnitude of the situation there in Bihar. Half of the state underwater. Lakhs and lakhs of people badly affected. The couple of positive signs though. One, rain has eased up, which is good news for relief efforts in the state. Two, Kosi's flow into the Ganga has picked up, which means water levels are not increasing. But that's small consolation for lakhs of those waiting for food and shelter, as Prabhakar Kumar now reports from Purnia.
Asha Devi and her children have been surviving on half-cooked rice for the last 7 days. Yet they count themselves lucky, as they know that for many others like them, even this meal is a luxury.
7 दिन से रहते हैं, सब चीज का परेशानी होता है, पानी का, अन्न का.
Fighting hunger is the biggest problem before the Bihar government in its effort to tackle the floods. There's no shortage of food material. The problem is in getting it across to people who need it the most. A few hundred packets have been airdropped from choppers. Army and paramilitary personnel too have been distributing food material among the flood victims.
As of now, we are having ITBP Jawans with motorboats, which reached Purnia yesterday, which are on the job since morning. Today we have received 2 teams consisting of 34 Jawans of CISF with rowboats and motorboats per each team.
But there is still a vast mismatch between the quantity needed and the quantity distributed. More than 2 million people are directly affected by the floods. Of this, more than 5 lakh people and 7 lakh cattle are still trapped in the flood zone. Whereas the government admits that it has distributed only 1.5 lakh food packets so far, using choppers and 800 odd boats. Food is also made available in 160 odd relief camps, where 1.5 lakh people have taken shelter.
These choppers are serving as lifeline for marooned population, cut off from the rest of the world. Food packets brought from these choppers are helping them keep afloat. 3 kgs of rice and few metal boxes may not be enough, but it's certainly sending out a signal to them that the world outside cares for them and is trying to reach out to them. On board Indian Air Force chopper with cameraman Shehbubala, Prabhakar Kumar, CNN-IBN.
Prabhakar also spoke with students in a hostel in Purnia. These children are in the safe zone, but they are anxious about their parents who are stranded in the worst affected areas.
There are kids from the flood zone, and many of the kids have their homes, their villages submerged underwater, and for the last 10 days, 15 days, a week back, for last 1 week, they have no idea how their parents are, whether they are safe or not. Let's have a quick reaction from them. But आप बताएं, आपके घर में बाढ़ आया, आप कुछ बता रहे थे?
मेरे घर में बाढ़ आए हैं, अभी तक में सब माँ बाप का कोई पता नहीं है.
आपकी कब बात हुई थी अंतिम?
4-5 दिन पहले ही.
उसके बाद से क्या पता चल रहा है आपको? कुछ
उसके बाद से पता चल रहा है कि बहुत पानी आया हुआ है, इसलिए गार्जियन सब नहीं आ पाए.
These kids are actually not trapped in the flood themselves, but their families are, their homes are, and they're anxiously waiting for some good news to pour in. From Purnia, Prabhakar Kumar.
Lots of support for those victims and some anger against the administration on our website ibnlive.com. Arijit writes in to say that the situation in Bihar proves just how incapable we are in dealing with natural calamities. Soumya also feels that the government is hardly doing anything in the face of such a tragedy. More help is required in these places. And Piyush feels the entire country needs to come forward with open arms to help Bihar in this crisis. And if any of you watching would like to help, do join Network 18 in our initiative. For more details, please call the Save the Children on the number on your screens. or log on to www.savethechildren.in. You can also email to info@savethechildren.in.
This is Network 18, and you are watching CNN-IBN.